Okay, guys, this is Go Math 9.2, ordered pairs. I love me some ordered pairs. Let's take a look at what the essential question is. How can you identify the plot points on a coordinate grid? Locating a point on a coordinate grid is similar to describing directions using north, south, east, and west. The horizontal number line on the grid is the x-axis, so going this way is the x-axis. And the vertical number line on the grid is the y-axis, going this way. So one way I always remember that is y has a tail. It goes horizontal or up and down. So you always remember y goes this way. Each point on the coordinate grid can be described by an ordered pair of numbers. The x-coordinate is the first number in the ordered pair. It is the horizontal location or the distance. The point is from 0 in the direction of the x-axis. The y-coordinate is the second number in the ordered pair, and it is the vertical location or the distance. The point is from 0 in the direction of the y-axis. So when your ordered pair is always written in parentheses like this, so you have x, comma, y, comma. So the x will always be first and the y will always be second. So for example, if you have 2, 3, you're going to go over 2 points and up 3 points. Now, it looks like in this lesson, we're only working in quadrant 1 or positive. Now, most of you know that there are 4 quadrants, that this number line continues on into the negatives going this way and into the negatives going down this way. But it looks like in this lesson, we're only working in quadrant 1, which is probably what most of you are familiar with. The x-axis and the y-axis intersect at 0, 0, called the origin. So I love how these are all highlighted, really important vocabulary words. So let's take a look at what we're doing with this. And just to preface, this coordinate grid or ordered pair work is useful, not only in your math classes, but it's useful when you're reading a map. And most of you are like, well, I use Google. My parents use Google Maps when they need to know how to get somewhere. Well, that is true. But if for some reason your Google Map doesn't work, or even if looking at a Google Map to get somewhere, sometimes you do need to understand which direction you're going and which direction you need to go. And having ordered pairs or having some sort of grid can help you. The globe itself, or the world map itself, is broken up into 4 quadrants. First it's broken up into 2 quadrants, the northern and the southern hemisphere, but then also the eastern and the western hemisphere. And then also longitude and latitude lines are just like your x and your y axis. And each city, state, and country has a location point on the map that you can find the longitude and latitude degrees and find that place on a map. So this isn't just like, oh, I need to know this for math class. This actually, it does have real world applications. So write the ordered pairs for the locations of the arena and the aquarium. So here's my arena, here's my aquarium. Locate the point for which you want to write the ordered pair. Look below at the x-axis to identify the point's horizontal distance from 0, which is the x-coordinate. Look to the left at the y-axis to identify the point's vertical distance from 0, which is its y-coordinate. So the ordered pairs for the arena is 3, 2, and the ordered pairs for the aquarium is blank, blank. So let's just take a look at the arena to make sure that they are right. So we're gonna find, here's our arena right here. We're gonna go over first. We always go over first before we go up. And that is 3, 2. Okay, let's go to the aquarium. We're gonna go all the way over. Oh, look, that's 9. So our x-axis is 9, and go over, that's 4. So our ordered pairs for the aquarium are 9, 4. Describe the path you would take to get from the origin to the aquarium using horizontal then vertical movements. I would go to the right 9 units and up 4 units. We just did that, right? So here's the aquarium. I would go over 9 and up 4. Over 9, up 4. And over left. Or no, sorry, right. Because it's a positive number. And up 4 points. All right, let's keep going. Okay, a point on a coordinate grid can be labeled with an ordered pair a letter, or both. So if you look at this graph, we've got J is, or this ordered pair right here is labeled with J and its actual number, 5, 7, or X axis is 5 and the Y axis is 7. So we've got that information. From the origin, move right 5, okay. Then up 7, got it. Plot and label the point. All right, they did that for us. Let's go ahead and do this next one. Plot the point 8, 0 and label it S. So sometimes teachers forget to talk about 0 on your coordinate grid. And 0 just means that there is no movement there and that it's going to stay on the X or the Y axis. So 8, we are going to go over 8 on the X axis, but we're not going up anywhere or down anywhere for our Y axis because it's 0. So it goes straight on the X axis and we label that S, and then we're going to go ahead and label the ordered pairs too. So it's written like that. So from the origin, you move right 8 units and then up 0 units and plot and label that point. Example 2, find the distance between the 2 points. You can find the distance between 2 points when the points are along the same horizontal or vertical line. You can do this even when they're not, but it's really easy when they are along this, they're on the same vertical or horizontal line. In this case, it's vertical because you can literally just count the points. Now there is a equation to figure it out if they are not, like if the point is here and you need to go up and over, there is an equation to figure that out. But that's like I want to say a 7th or 8th grade skill. So today we're just going to be counting the difference between these two. All right, so draw the line segment to connect point A and B. Did that. Count the vertical units between the 2 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it takes me 6 vertical points to get to that point B. So there are 6 units between point A and B. Points A and B from a vertical line segment have the same X coordinate, right? They both have 9. How can you use subtraction to find the distance between the 2 points? So if they both have 9, you're not even going to worry about the X axis. But look at the Y axis. We said that this was 6, right? The difference between A and B is 6 units. Do you see how you can get 6 from looking at the Y points? All right, so since the X coordinate is the same, you don't do anything, right? Coordinates, can't spell today. Coordinate is the same location. You can subtract the Y coordinates. 9 minus 3 equals 6. All right, and now we're going to use this same graph over here to graph these points. So I'm going to erase this so we don't get confused. So we want to do 3, 2. So go over 3, up 2, and I'm going to label that 3, 2. Don't forget to label. That's really important to label your coordinate grid or your coordinate or your ordered pairs on your coordinate grid. You always want to label them with either the ordered pairs or whatever letter or symbol that they give you to do that. And 5, 2. Over 5, up 2. Here's 5, 2. Uh-oh, they're on the same horizontal path, so we can easily find the difference between them. So we know that the Y is the same. The Y coordinate is the same. So you can find the difference of the X coordinate by subtracting. Now, some of you might go, well, okay, so there's 3 and 5, so 3 minus 5, uh-oh, that gives me a negative. Well, you're just finding the difference between those two numbers on a number line. So we call that the absolute value. So there's just two units between the two. So you don't need to worry about positive and negative numbers here. You can just subtract 5 minus 3 to get 2 because you're just finding the difference between the two. You're not finding the actual like negative or positive number. All right, so the share and show that you guys are gonna do on your own, 9.2, looks pretty simple. It looks like you've definitely done this work before. I know you did this in 4th grade, just labeling these points. So let's just take a look at the first couple. So use coordinate grid A. This is coordinate grid A. This whole thing is called coordinate grid A, to write an ordered pair for the given point. So we're just finding these points on our coordinate grid A and writing our ordered pairs there. So C is right there. So we're gonna go to the bottom or to the x-axis first. That's 6 and 3. So we call it 6, 3, and we put parentheses around it like that. So that's the correct way of writing it. Please make sure you do it that way. And then 2 is D, which is down here. So we're going over 3, comma, and then we're not going anywhere on our y-axis, so that is at 0. It's at the origin point. And then E is way up here, so it's 9, 9. So parentheses 9, comma 9. And then F is over here, so it's 10, 5. Pretty simple. And then you're gonna do the same thing here, but you're gonna label these points on here. It says plot and label the points on coordinate grid A. So this is what I was talking about before. It's really important so to make sure you label them correctly. So it looks like on here they're just labeled with the letter, which is then what you can continue to do. You don't have to put the coordinate grids here. You can just put the points and then put the letter that it represents. But one thing you also need to be careful with, which I've seen students make mistakes in the past, is to make sure you're putting that point where those two axi intersect. So for example, I'm gonna skip to this one right here, H. So 8, 6. So I'm gonna go over 8 and up 6, and I'm gonna put my point right there on where those two lines intersect. So I've seen students put it like inside the circle, but that would be like a halfway point. Like this would be 6.5 and 8.5, and that's not what we're doing here. We're doing 8 and 6, and we're gonna label that with H, like that, okay? So you go ahead and continue to do this on your own, and then check back into Google Classroom 9.1, share and show answers, and I'll fill this out and post it in there.